Namaskar, I'm Dr. Damanjeet Kaur, consultant psychiatrist, Faith Hospital, Chandigarh. Since tomorrow is celebrated as Children's Day on 14th November every year in India, I'm here to discuss a very sensitive topic today, that is mental health in children. Childhood and adolescence is the age which is the most critical stage of life for the mental growth. Uh, in this phase of life, it is the brain develops very fast. So it is the most critical stage we need to focus upon in regards to the mental health. It's easier for as parents to find out the physical needs of the child, like if the child is hungry, we give them the food, or if it is cold, we can provide them warm clothes. But mental and emotional needs may not be that obvious. uh, Being mentally healthy for a child means to develop or to attain the emotional milestones, and to inculcate or to get learn healthy social skills. Mentally healthy children have a positive quality of life, and they can perform well in any sphere of life, whether it is at home or in the school or in the work, and they can become a good future for the nation and the society. Earlier negative experiences in cases of children, can have a negative impact on the mental health. For example, experience of violence or bullying at home, school, or on the internet, exposure of violence and cyberbullying on internet, or any mental illness in case of caregiver or the parent, can have a negative impact on the mental health of the child. Worldwide, it has been seen that 10% of the children are suffering from mental illnesses, but they are yet to receive the good mental help. Uh, Approximately half of all the mental illnesses start by the age of 14 years, and it has been seen that approximately one third of the suicide deaths occurs in 15 to 19 years of age. What are the common childhood mental disorders? They could be anything related to activity like ADHD, that is attention deficit hyperactive disorder, or it could be at the level of learning. There are various learning disorders a child can have, which is commonly known as dyslexia, or there can be anxiety issues in which fears and phobias come into play. What are the common symptoms? How can we say that the child is suffering from any mental disorder? I will be giving a general preview. So there are deviation of the normalcy behavior, and which we can always find out. For example, how the child is able to handle his or her emotions, how the child learns, speak, act, and play with the others. There is decline in the school performance, there is persistent disobedience, frequent temper tantrums, persistent irritability, signs of depression, anxiety. There's change in the sleeping and eating pattern that can also lead to something which is unhealthy going on in their life. Hyperactivity or frigidity. Fear of school can occur, maybe because there must be any frequent change in the society, change in the neighborhood, or change of the school, or there has been any bad incident happened at the school. So when to seek help? Parents and the family members are the first one who can find out any deviation in the behavior of the child, and teachers also play an important role, because half of the time children are at school. So together parents and teachers can find out if the child is not properly behaving, or it is not normally getting along with the other kids. So earlier diagnosis and treatment can help a child, and we can save the future of the child. We can What are the basic physical needs a child wants? As you all know, basic physical needs can be adequate food, immunization, exercise, adequate shelter and space, and healthy living environment. In the same way, child's basic emotional needs are also there. So we need to understand what are the emotional needs. I will be giving some tips where we can always meet the child's emotional needs. Number one is give children unconditional love. Unconditional love is the catch of the statement. Yes, it means there should not be any conditions to be kept in front of the children. The children must not know that his or her accomplishment only will give happiness to their parents. The mistakes and failures should be accepted and expected, because nobody is perfect in this whole world. Nurture the child's self-confidence and self-esteem. Be honest with the child. You should be free to talk about your failures, what have you faced in the life, so that the child has that impression that adults are also not perfect, they have also gone through the failures. Number two, encourage them in every step they take in a new task that will boost up their self-confidence. Number three is do not avoid sarcastic remarks and avoid comparison to the other children. That will again decrease the self-confidence. Provide them the opportunity to play with the other children. Yes, it is very important. The child should have this opportunity to play with their age mates. This will bring this will help the child to discover their own strengths and weaknesses, sense of belongingness, and also how to get along with the others. They develop the social skill in this way by playing with the other children, and they know how to deal socially or how to behave socially if they are playing with their age mates. Provide instructive discipline. Yes, it is very important. Disciplining them is most important, but it should be in a very humble way. It should not be harsh on them. You should always discuss with them that why you are disciplining. Children should know what behavior is acceptable and what is not acceptable, and they should be responsible for the consequences of their actions. They should have that insight. So the discipline should be in that way. Criticize the behavior, not the child. For example, don't say that you are a bad boy or you are a bad girl, you have done like this. Instead, you say that the thing you have done is bad, but you are good, you can improvise it anyway. So that will not decrease the self-confidence of the child. Give the children reasons why are you disciplining them, and they should know what would be the potential consequences if they would act in this way. They should know the rules of the family. They should be insightful of the rules of the family. Every family has a rule, so family rules should be followed. Thus, in these ways, we can help a child to learn how to cope up with the stressful situations they would be facing in the future. Mental health is important for the overall health. Without early diagnosis and treatment, the child may not be able to function well in the society, at home or in the school. So that can again have an impact on the future. So in order to save our future, we need to mold our children this very time, and otherwise these problems continue into the adulthood. I wish you all the best. Happy Children's Day for my little viewers. I really hope you will enjoy your day tomorrow. Thank you.